Hey guys, this is Sean with Pew Pew Tactical, and today we have a special hot wash because we have a special guest. This is Matt Hurt from Daniel Defense. How you doing, brother?
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate having you out. I want to talk to you about this Daniel Defense DD4 RIII. Hey man, what can you tell us about this family of rifles?
So we launched a family of 4 rifles at SHOT Show. The summary of those rifles are 2 SBRs. You're holding one of those SBRs. That's our R3S. That's an 11.5-inch barreled SBR. We also have our widely known Mark 18 in the new configuration with a new R3 rail. And then we have 2 rifles, our standard M4A1 that's been a very, very popular seller for us in the past with the R3 rail on it. It's a 14.5-inch barrel with a muzzle device that's pin and welded, which is very important to note if you do plan on running a suppressor. And finally, a 16-inch version, which is a full rifle. You can unthread that and throw a can on it if you want. So.
Okay, and what kind of features are we talking about with this? Because I'm noticing some very interesting ambidextrous stuff here.
A few years ago, we kept getting a lot of feedback from consumers about wanting an ambi feature set on an AR lower. One of the struggles is configuring an ambi set that's non-proprietary.
Right.
This is non-proprietary. This lower is fully ambi. Bolt catch, mag release, and safety will work on any upper you choose to lay it on. We don't sell the lower separately, but if you did have a 16-inch upper and you were running your 11.5-inch, you could throw that on this and it's gonna work fine. It's based on the same feature set in a smaller package as our big bore DD5 rifle, semi-auto rifles.
Okay. And now specifically, this rifle against the Mark 18, what would be your advantages for this one?
The rail is very similar. It still has the same dropout feature that you'll find on some of the RIS II rails that we offered in all the way back to 2004. Obviously, we've modernized it. M-LOK being the most noticeable feature set. Back then, there was no M-LOK. So
quad rail.
Yes, that's right. It was a heavy rail. We shimmed that down, put M-LOKs on there, really lightened it up. But another feature was there weren't any sling swivel QD sockets in those rails back then. They didn't exist. So we put those sling swivel sockets. You can run a 2-point sling on this thing now, and it still has the same feature set, but also uses the same bolt-up plate. Very important for users that have an original Mark 18 that want to just get the rail and slide that on. You take the 6 screws out, slide the new rail on, use that same bolt-up plate.
Sure, and just based on experience, this rail mount is super sturdy.
Yep, it was designed that way, right? It was designed for hard use. So for guys that are in the field, whether you're law enforcement, military, or just a farmer that's kicking around in the field with this thing in your truck, that rail is not going to shift on you.
All right, we just shot some quick groups here using a Brownell's MPO 1-8 LPVO, and we used 3 different groups of ammunition. Some 55 grain Lake City, 55 grain AAC, and some 55 grain Gold Dot. We're gonna head down and check out the results from our 50-yard bench setup. All right, again, 50 yards, just shooting MOA to see, half MOA at least, to see what kind of groups we're coming up with. We started out with the Lake City and around about 1 inch, maybe a little bit less. Moved on to AAC, a little bit tighter group there, 1/2 inch or less. And the Gold Dot, if you count that flyer there, that was a pretty good group, still around 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit better. Despite it being an 11.5-inch barrel, good accuracy. Now the folks at Daniel Defense tell us that because it's a 1-in-7 twist, you want to run a heavier grain round, like 62 or better, something like that. DD4 RIII, sweet little shooter. It's hard to believe that something with such a short barrel, 11.5 inches, can produce such good accuracy. It's still pretty nimble, and you can obviously use it in a CQB type situation. Also packs down pretty small. We really like this, and after we mounted the MPO from Brownell's on it, we actually did half MOA testing and had some pretty interesting results. Now, Daniel Defense recommends that you use a heavier bullet weight because of that 1-in-7 twist. It's going to lend itself to better accuracy, but we still had some groups using just regular 55 grain ammo that were 1/2 inch or so. All right, man. Thank you very much for coming out and being
Yeah,
with us today.
we've had fun.
Appreciate all the information. Thank you for guys for watching. Head over to the full article on pewpewtactical.com. We're well past tree hugging. Okay, let's get some cool action shots here. Yeah, baby!